The world of Dragon Ball is no doubt one of the most beloved universes ever to be created. And now, it has its definitive gaming experience. Until Budokai Tenkaichi 4 comes out. Can I get an amen? Welcome everyone, welcome to the show. You are watching me, baby, the Wannabe Critic. If you stumbled upon my channel, this is where I talk about video games and do gaming things here. And today we're talking about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which is probably why you clicked on the video. I dressed up just for you. I put a tie on, you know. I totally don't have pants on, but at least I put the tie on. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot came out a couple of years ago, and I was hesitant to pick it up. In fact, I played it. I didn't give much time to it, and I quickly gave up on it. But I'm glad I went back to it, and I really gave it, you know, the time it deserved, because this was a truly nostalgic experience. And like, even after I finished the main game and kind of like moved on to something else, like I've still had it installed on my PS5 because I want to go back to it. Like, it is a phenomenal game. And in this review, I'm going to give you reasons why you need to pick this up if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, but why you might want to pick it up even if you're not. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hey! Thanks so much for showing up. If this is your first time here, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. It would seriously mean a lot. A fun fact for you, many YouTubers actually get most of their numbers from people who are not subscribed. So if you enjoy my personality, if you enjoy the content you've seen here, consider subscribing. I would seriously appreciate it. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is a video game adaptation of the popular manga and anime series Dragon Ball Z. It is a full-on action-adventure open-world game with RPG elements that faithfully retells the story of the original source material in great detail. The game covers every main saga, including the Saiyan saga, in exhaustive detail, allowing players to relive every key moment. Dragon Ball, the prequel to Dragon Ball Z, begins with a farmer finding a kid with a tail in a field and raising him as his own. One day, a giant monster kills the farmer, leaving the kid, named Goku, to fend for himself. It turns out that Goku is the giant monster and that he turns into a giant ape when he sees a full moon. Throughout the prequel to Dragon Ball Z, Goku has many adventures and meets many people, learning some pretty rad abilities along the way. In Dragon Ball Z, the sequel, Goku is a slightly older young man now who has a son. An alien comes from outer space claiming to be Goku's brother. His brother tells him his real name is Kakarot and that he was sent to Earth to take it over since their race are one of conquerors and warriors. Goku's a super nice guy though, and he loves Earth. However, Goku's brother steals his new son and Goku dies trying to get him back. Raditz gives a final warning before he dies, saying that there are more powerful Saiyans on the way to Earth to finish what he started. This game is called Kakarot, but it's really a celebration of the world and larger-than-life characters that inhabit it. Players will play as a wide range of main characters that play key roles in the story and relive every one of their key moments in glorious detail. As players encounter more characters, they will unlock them to be used in a sub-menu with a community feature that boosts various attributes depending on where you place them. In addition to the phenomenal retelling of the story, there is a lot of side ventures players can participate in, such as fishing, driving, or cooking. Making special meals with special recipes can give players big boosts when they're in battle. The game looks incredible. Whether players are fighting, flying, or watching a cutscene, it is truly jaw-dropping and makes players feel a part of this world. There have been many other Dragon Ball Z games that have been incredible, but none quite capture the essence of the source material the same way that Kakarot does. The game treats everyone as if they don't know this story, and even the voice actors kill their performances after doing the characters for so long. Dragon Ball Z Budokai fans will feel right at home here, and for those who love a good challenge in a fighting game, they'll definitely have it, as augments and overall level play a big part in succeeding. The combat can feel really satisfying, but it can also be a bit repetitive as most of the characters feel the same in combat, depending on where players are at in the stream of time in the story. So Kid Gohan plays much differently than Teen Gohan, and so on and so forth. However, there is a lot of content here, and after players finish one saga, it gives them an homage to the show that is kind of like a teaser for next week's episode of Dragon Ball Z. Aside from being repetitive with its combat, there isn't a lot to dislike about this game. It's just fun to play, and there is a lot to do in terms of side quests outside the main sagas that can really immerse players even deeper and provide a rush of serotonin from childhood nostalgia. Even if players don't like Dragon Ball Z, this game is highly recommended because it's great fun and equally as satisfying as watching the show, if not more so. Well, as you can see, I absolutely loved my time with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I really think that it captures what the show and the manga did for me, you know, as a young person. I mean, there were so many of us, it was like a big deal to get to watch Dragon Ball Z because we totally weren't allowed to watch it anyway, but we totally weren't allowed to watch it, but we totally watched it anyway because it was awesome, and there's something about it that just totally captivates you. And to be able to get in a game where you can relive those key moments, not necessarily always as Goku, but like big moments as for other characters, it's super satisfying, and it makes you love that world even more. So if you picked up Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, or maybe you picked it up whenever it, came out a couple years ago, or maybe you've been keeping up with all the DLC that's been coming out, what's your thoughts about it? Let me know in the comments down below. This is the definitive Dragon Ball Z experience. It's worth noting that there are a few DLC packs that have come out, and I have not played through them yet, but I'm going to. And there's even a prequel DLC where you can play as young Goku. So that's pretty exciting as well. All in all, as I said before, this is the definitive Dragon Ball Z experience, in my opinion. I kind of lean towards if you've never seen the show and you want to experience the story, this is the way to do it. It kind of reminds me of whenever Naruto Ninja Storm games came out, or the Ultimate Ninja games for Naruto, where you basically did the same thing. You played as Naruto characters, Naruto characters, and like went through the universe and went through the world, doing things that they've done. It has a very similar feeling to it, but it's Dragon Ball Z. It's open world. You can fly. There were some minor annoyances that I forgot to put in the review. Every once in a while, there'll be like a random encounter where like you'll be flying through the air and like these robot guys attack you out of nowhere, and like it's kind of annoying, but that's literally the only gripe I really have with it. I mean, other than it's very dialogue heavy, and that's why I say, like, if you've never seen the show before, this might be the way to go, because the show can be really boring sometimes, actually. Like, you're waiting multiple episodes for things to happen, and it's like, wow, just get to the point already. So there is appeal if you're not a Dragon Ball Z fan, but I think if you're a big Dragon Ball Z fan, there's going to be something here for you that's going to warrant you adding it to your collection, for sure. So I think I've said all I can about this game. I even broke out the old tie to do it, and it was really awesome. So if you have thoughts about this game, let me know in the comments down below. I want to know about it, and I really appreciate you taking time to sit down with me and to check out my review. So if you have suggestions of games you want me to cover, leave them down in the comments down below. I will definitely check them out. Until next time, here's this. Hey there! Whether you've stumbled upon me through my music channel, my gaming channel, or perhaps a podcast, I genuinely appreciate you taking a moment to chill out here. I've got a real passion for what I do, and, there's just something about creating that keeps me coming back for more, and I really don't think that's ever going to change. I'm really stoked to share this journey with all of you. If you want to see all the various projects that I'm associated with, all those links are down in the description down below. Also, you can check out my website where I like to write stuff as well. I put a lot of sweat and love into this because I genuinely enjoy it, and it's not just work to me, it's a real passion. So once again, thank you so much for showing up today. It really means a lot, and I'm going to finish playing myself out here. See you next time.